Listen, conditions are going to be wet and windy this weekend because of the hurricane coming in. And even if it doesn't hit directly, we're getting those outer bands. Probably not going to put the ball in the air as much. So, you got to make the most of your chances.
Back now on EA Sports, our two teams re-emerging from their locker rooms. A powerful storm came through the air about an hour ago, forcing a weather delay in this third quarter. And we'll resume things with an important play coming up, a 3rd and short in a 14-6 ball game. Now Lopez. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big completion there right out of the delay to keep the drive moving.
And any momentum this defense had is completely evened out by now. And Brandon, I'm starting to wonder about throwing the football and about receivers making cuts because this field is taking on a lot of water while that system was coming through.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run for it with Carter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So this offense, they kept their wits about them even through that delay and able to come back out of the locker room and score on their first drive since the restart.
And Brandon, I think the break might have benefited them the most because they had an extra chance to assess what had been going wrong. They were able to put together a plan for this drive, came out and executed well.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top-flight receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. And it's a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man, Ty Johnson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. This one caught by Crowder. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Well, again, if you're just joining us and wondering why this game is still going on, we were delayed 55 minutes in the 3rd quarter due to lightning in the area. The teams went back to the locker rooms. Fans were asked to seek shelter in the concourse, but we're back going again and still on the air. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still just down 1 score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down. It's Carter, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Lopez. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a full. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive 1st and 10. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
To throw is Lopez. Throwing on 1st down. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Carter Landry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Tennessee, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3.